I have so many memories of Sean Michael Lancaster, my youngest brother. I was there when he was born, and I got to hold him first. And I brag about it all the time because it was an amazing day, an amazing moment to experience his new life. Sean Michael Lancaster grew into a strong, courageous, adventurous, fun, friendly, brave young man. And something that really sticks with me is just his kindness through this whole journey he had with leukemia. Even when he was in the hospital and in so much pain, he was kind to all the medical workers that would come and have to poke and prod at him. And even when his family was around and he was in pain or uncomfortable, he was always kind and thoughtful, thinking of us first. And that really sticks with me, and I want to be more like him in that way. And I'm just so thankful for his life, that I could be part of it, and I'm so proud of him. Thank you.
He's jealous for me. Love's like a hurricane. I am a tree bending beneath the weight of his wind and mercy. When all of a sudden I am unaware of these afflictions eclipsed by glory, and I realize just how beautiful you are and how great your affections are for me. Oh, how he loves us so. Oh, how he loves us. How he loves us so.
One thing I could say about Sean was the legacy of friendship. He had this way of making you feel important. When I met him, he was one of those first people who really pursued me as a friend. I will always remember that. We clicked pretty much right away over music and stuff. I actually introduced him to the band O Sleeper, which, it's really cool because there wasn't a lot that you could, show Sean that he didn't already know about. Another funny thing, I guess we looked a lot alike at the time. A lot of people would confuse us for each other. And so, it was an inside joke. We would say, oh yeah, we're clones or something. But yeah, I'm just extremely grateful for his friendship. And there will never be another one. There will never be another person like Sean. Truly one of a kind.
Sean was one of my closest friends, I think. He was an awesome guy. We'd always do crazy, ridiculous things together. he would always ask if we wanted to go get some food. Like every single time we hung out, it always had something to do with food. And then a half an hour after we already ate, he would ask us, "Hey, do you guys want to go get some more food?" And like, you just ate. And he just wouldn't care. He just said, "I'm still hungry." But yeah. One of my favorite moments with Sean, though, I think I was like 15. He took me aside one day after getting teased a lot, and we went on a walk, and he said, I was like, "You know what, Jonah, I think you're really cool, and you shouldn't listen to anything that other people say about you." And for him to do that really built me up. And he just cares so much about his friends. It says so much about his character that I just met him not too long ago, and he's already doing that with me, just taking me aside and mentoring me and taking care of me, looking out for me. He had such a big heart. I love him dearly. I miss him a lot. He's such a good guy. I miss you, man.
My most memorable time with Sean was when we were at the movies. I was with this whole family, and this person in front of us was talking the whole time. And I was nudging her chair, trying to get her attention. She wouldn't turn around. Finally, they turned around and asked them to be quiet. They wouldn't be quiet. And so at the end of the movie, she turns around and we start arguing about, how I could have been nicer about it and all this. And Lisa's like, "She's crazy, let's go." So we leave. And as we're leaving, I just feel this like grab on my shoulder. And I'm like, what the heck? And here she is grabbing me. She's like, "You like that? You like when people do that?" And I'm just kind of like, "Get off me," like that. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see Sean just come up. He's like, "Hey, listen," and gets in her face. Is like, "You're crazy." And from there, I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so then everyone's like, "Let's go, let's leave." And I'm just like thinking about it. I think I gave him a pound. I'm like, whoa. And so that for me was the moment that I will always remember about Sean, in that it was like, nobody knew what to do. It was pretty awkward, uncomfortable, and yet here he was, didn't care, just got right in her face, was like, this isn't happening. So I thought that was a really cool time to be with Sean.
I just want treasure in heaven. There's one thing that cannot be taken. I just want the gold of knowing you. Nothing else will stand the heat of your gaze. When I see you, Lord, face to face, I just want the gold of knowing you.
Sean was such a great friend. And it was funny because he always told me, Nicole, I didn't even know who you were. And the only reason why we're friends is because I would come over to your house because you guys had really good food at your parties. And so it's just so funny that we became friends because of food. And that was a lasting thing throughout our friendship, was we always enjoyed getting food together. And we always enjoyed doing crazy, random, spontaneous things, and or even super chill things. And we always had so much fun, and he was such a great friend, and we always had so much fun doing whatever it was that we were doing. And I will never forget those memories that we have together.
I just want love of knowing you. I just want treasure in heaven, this one thing that cannot be taken. I just want the gold of knowing you. 'Cause nothing else will stand the heat of your gaze. When I see you, Lord, face to face, I just want the gold of knowing you. I just want love, I just want you, God. I just want love, knowing you. I just want love, I just want you, God. I just want love, of knowing you. And I could speak with tongues of men and angels.
So one thing Sean used to do, anytime he'd see me, anytime he'd meet me up in a group, or even if I'd be sitting down somewhere and he, I wouldn't even know he was there. Sean would always give me this huge, gripping bear hug every time he saw me, and it was just this. Probably happened like hundreds of times, but he would even just come up right behind me and just give me that clenching hug, and yeah, I mean that happened just so many times, and was just an awesome expression of who he was, and just his excitement, and just with his loyalty to his friends. And so that's the thing that stands out to me the most, and that's what I remember him, the thing that I really just enjoyed about him the most. So.
Burn all else away that won't remain. Burn all of this wood and hay and stubble inside. I just want love, I just want you.
Sean was one of those people that you knew he cared about you because he didn't hold back. I remember, I don't remember what was going on, but I do very vividly remember a night where I just felt terrible. And it's like 2 in the morning, and I sent Sean a text because he was like the only friend that I figured might be awake at that hour. And I was like, hey Sean, I don't feel good. And that's about all I said. About 15, 20 minutes later, I hear a knock at my door, and he's there, and he's like, come on, get in the car, we're gonna go get tacos. And so that's what we did. We went, we got Taco Bell. We didn't really talk about much, but it was exactly what I needed at that moment. And Sean was really good about doing that sort of thing.
Deep inside me, there's this burning that just won't let me go. You are my fire, you are my righteousness, you are my rock and roll. I wish I could fit you down inside my chest, God. I wish that I could swallow you whole. I'd wrap you up in a blanket of my skin, and you could call my body home. One of my best memories of Sean is when we were co-counselors at winter camp one year, and it was one of the last nights of camp, and worship was going really late and everyone was really into it, and I just got really tired. It had been a long week, and I felt like I had to stay there and try and do as much as I possibly could and be there for the students. And Sean just saw that I had hit a wall, and he came over and he just grabbed me and picked me up and basically put me on his back and walked me all the way back to our cabin and put me in bed and told me to go to sleep. And I just remember that Sean would always be there to take care of you and carry you when you were out of strength, and he always knew just what to do without asking, and I'm just gonna miss having him in my life and having that. It's just such a special thing about him. I can't get over how quickly you recover. The pieces of my heart as they shatter. 'Cause in your hands I am more than just a brand new man, and all my falling down now, well, it just don't matter. I am a temple, I am a temple, my body is a temple. I am a temple, I am a temple, I am a temple, my body is a temple. I am a temple. So what if I'm not worthy? So what if I'm not worthy? So what if I'm not worthy?
I had the privilege of meeting Sean and Becca and Lisa way back in Kansas City. And Sean and Becca were just teens in those days. And we were all part of the House of Prayer, and then end up moving out to South Carolina to plant the Z-Hop. And what I always noticed about Sean is that he was just like up for anything. And especially in reflecting upon that and now having my own kids, I'm continually amazed at how happy-go-lucky and just up for this crazy adventure Sean was. It was by no means a normal American kid way to live the way we were living, and he was just up for it. And I just know he's having the greatest adventure of life now.
With every nail, with every pounding blow, by every stripe and every bruise upon your back, I can hear you crying out, took all my shame and my iniquity. For the sake of freedom, you set me free. 'Cause you made a way. 'Cause you made a way for me. Sing it out. To enter the holy place. And you made a way for me. To enter the holy. You made a way. And you made a way for me. To enter the holy place. And you made a way for me. To enter the holy place.
You know, Sean was one of the greatest adventures that I could have ever asked for. He always pushed me to my limit and further some days, challenging me to try new things, to step out of my comfort zone. And I really needed that as a teenager. He helped guide me the right direction. He was definitely the role model I needed, and I could never thank him enough for that. If I could say one last thing to Sean, it would be that I miss him, and that he'll always be in my heart. I love you, buddy.
Hey guys, I'm Aaron Edwards. I'm Sean's friend from Kansas City, and my favorite memory of Sean was the fact that he would just always have a way of bringing people together. I don't really have any specific times I can think of right off the top of my head, you know, a lot to process, a lot to think about. But I remember just times where we would hang out, we'd go to the plaza, we'd go at the Guitar Center, we'd go to Blue River Park, whatever. Sean would always come up with the idea of where we were gonna go. We'd always go get food, we'd always eat good food. He had a way of bringing people together. He'd bring us together to hang out, he'd bring us together to just have fun, and some of the best times I had with everyone was at Sean's behest. And we'd always go to FCF late nights with our IHOP KC youth group, and we would just go to McDonald's, eat fries, play poker, hang out, whatever. It was all Sean's idea. Sean always had a way of bringing people together. He always had a way of making everybody feel like they were included, and that's something that I'm gonna miss and something the world sorely needs right now. So here's to you, buddy.
And we'll be together forever. Sing one more time. I am yours, you are mine, and we'll be together forever. Greatness has you hiding in shame. The knowledge.
Sean was really awesome. To me, he was the older brother I never had. Think about the countless hours of riding longboards, miles and miles through the city of Roseville, through trails in the forest, through parks. We went everywhere, and through the years, that was our thing. Every time I'd see him, he'd say, "Do you have your board? Let's go." And we'd go. And he would just start going in one direction, and we would just follow him. It was so much fun. And here's a clip of Sean that I just like to share. Made a fire on the beach, and we were playing with lighter fluid.
Let me see the one I want so near. And I see the longing under the fear. I see it's in your heart to finish the race with me. I know if you just say yes again, together we can make the longing reality. So I'm not leaving you now. I'm still right here. Just let me see your face.
So one of my favorite memories of Sean was back when we used to live in South Carolina. There was like this old abandoned like water park, and one day we like hopped the fence and we snuck into the water park, and it was kind of hard to get to. Sean was actually leading the way, and so we were like following him. So we get to the top of this like castle-like thing, and we climb our way to the top. And when we all get to the top, Sean's like, "Guys, give me a moment." And he like runs around the corner. And remember, we're at the top of this like castle thing, and everyone's like, "Okay," but I was like, "What are you doing?" And so I run over there, and Sean he's just standing up there, and he's he's peeing off the top of this this castle, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I gotta pee off the top of the castle too." So, I mean, I have so many like that. He just always had a way of, making things fun and having a good time doing it. And so that's one of my favorite memories.
I can already see you leaning. I'm looking ahead. I can already see you leaning. But in the meantime, let me see your face. Let me just hear your voice. Let me see the one I want so near. Let me see your face. Let me just hear your voice. Let me see the one I want so near.
Sean was a great friend to me. He was loving and accepting, and he loved to show me new things and different perspectives. And I remember one time he took my iPod, erased all of the music off of it, and proceeded to fill it up with all of his music, and which a lot of it was screamo. And admittedly, it shaped a lot of who I am today.
But what I love about Sean is that he's, you know, loving and accepting and caring, and always made me laugh.
So I met Sean when he moved into my house. I don't even know how long ago now. And we were like roommates first. And he's just some random dude that I knew, but Sean really became a dear friend to me without even me fully realizing it. I know probably a lot of people will say this, but like Sean was an adventurer, and he was someone who cared really deeply about his friends, and someone who was very extremely faithful. He loved well, and I know some of my most treasured moments with Sean would be really like just all the times that we went and just did crazy stuff. We went on a road trip to go pick up Justin, and literally drove all the way across the USA and shot fireworks over like mountain ranges and stuff like that. And that was just like what Sean lived for. He lived to just be with the people he loved and live life to the fullest. And Sean was someone that didn't normally talk about himself so much. And so because of that, actually, those who were close enough to get to know him well really were able to treasure the things he did share when he did talk. And I know one of my favorite memories of Sean was when we were going down to Mendocino, the coast, and went and stayed at this cabin on YWAM Lord's land. And we were like playing Risk, and him and Justin freaking demolished me, and I was so pissed off I didn't want to talk to him. But we ended up going out that night and sitting in some trees watching the stars, and there's supposed to be like the super moon or whatever. And all the guys left, and it was just me and Sean. We were just sitting there just talking, and he just started sharing stuff about his life and his past. He never really talked about like what he used to go through, and it was just one of those moments where you kind of got to, it was like one of those real moments, because a lot of what Sean was is he loved to have fun. He loved to hang out and just make people laugh and to be crazy kind of and go on crazy like radical adventures. And it was one of those moments where he was like serious, and Sean wasn't often serious. And so it was just one of those moments that I really treasure, because I know that like he really trusted me as a friend, and that I was someone that he would be willing to be real with. And I mean, obviously like Sean was real, but like yeah, just remembering him, remembering who he was, and just the crazy faithfulness that he had towards his friends, and his love for passion living life. I know that that's something that I know even like the day that he passed was something that we tried to do, is we went out and did crazy stuff to remember him in honor of him. So yeah, here's to you, buddy. Love you, and I know you're up with Jesus, and I can't wait to see you again.
Not about my money. Did you learn to love? Did you learn to
Sean was an amazing human being. He's full of life and love and compassion, and also a genuineness and realness that was just unwilling to compromise on who he was. You could tell Sean something, and if you knew you were being fake about it, he'd call you out on it. And I always really appreciated that. He was just full of truth and just wanting to uphold justice as well. I really admire that about Sean. I remember Sean was one of my first friends moving to Roseville when I had first joined the Rock. We were part of the young adults group that had been started, and we got to hang out a lot, and I just remember bonding over bands like Under Oath and just getting to know Sean and going on plenty of adventures over the years. It's been amazing calling Sean my friend, and I'm gonna miss you. I do miss you, and I look forward to adventuring with you in the kingdom of God.
Everything changes when you come. Everything changes when you manifest your presence. So we invite you, come, 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 Holy Spirit. When you walk into the room, everything changes. The darkness starts to tremble at the light that you bring. When you walk into the room, every heart starts burning, and nothing matters more than just to sit here at your feet and worship you. So we worship you. We love you, and we'll never stop. We can't live without you, Jesus. We love you, and we can't get enough. All this is for you, Jesus. Starts to vanish. Every hopeless situation ceases to exist. And when you walk into the room, the dead begin to rise, because there's resurrection life in all you do. We love you, and we'll never stop. We can't live without you, Jesus. We love you, and we can't get enough. All this is for you, Jesus. We love you, Jesus. Come and consume, God, all we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. We want you. Come and consume, God, all we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. We want you. Come and consume, God, all we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. We want you. Come and consume, God, all we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want you. We want you. We want you. Come and consume, God, all we are. We give you permission. Our hearts are yours. We want